Sin's crystalline sensory arrays quivered in disbelief as their ship approached Earth. Surely there must be some mistake. Those couldn't be smokestacks? Honored scientist, their AI assistant chimed. Sensors confirm the presence of coal combustion particles in Earth's atmosphere. Analysis suggests widespread industrial use of fossil fuels. Impossible. Humanity was the leading species in the Alliance. Their quantum engineering was unmatched. Their fleet had saved 3 galaxies. They couldn't possibly still be burning coal. The diplomatic shuttle descended through the atmosphere, passing massive arcologies and orbiting megastructures. And there, right next to a matter replication facility, stood a coal power plant, proudly belching black smoke into the sky. "Welcome to Earth," the human greeting party said when they landed. "I'm Dr. Polly Blaine, head of the Global Energy Commission." But Sin's translation matrix struggled with their confusion. "You have antimatter, fusion, quantum tap generators. Why do you still burn coal?" Dr. Blaine smiled. "Come with me. I'll show you." The tour that followed challenged everything Xin had learned about physics. They saw coal hybrid quantum computers that outperformed pure quantum systems, watched coal-fired steam drive antimatter containment fields, observed as primitive fossil fuel powered humanity's most advanced technologies. But the energy density Xin protested, their crystalline form flickering with frustration. "The calculations don't support. This shouldn't work." "That's what everyone says," Dr. Blaine replied, leading them to a viewport overlooking a massive construction project in orbit, right up until they see this. Xin watched in stunned silence as human workers assembled a Dyson ring segment. Steam pipes ran through its structure. Coal smoke trailed from its construction vessels. "The mathematics," they whispered. "The physics." "Sometimes," Dr. Blaine said softly, "the old ways work best. We reach the stars burning coal, and we'll keep burning it until something better comes along." She paused, watching the smoke trails above their world. "Though after what coal power did in the war, I doubt that'll be anytime soon." Sin's sensors struggled to process what they were seeing. Their species had abandoned fossil fuels millennia ago, convinced they were a dead end. Clearly, they had been wrong. The humans were still using coal, and they were leading the galaxy because of it. "Today you'll see how we actually use coal in our advanced systems," Dr. Blaine said, leading Xin into the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Xenoengineering. "Most aliens only see the smoke." Xin's crystalline form flickered with barely contained frustration. 3 days on Earth had challenged every scientific principle they'd learned. Their quantum mechanics professor would be having fits. "Here's our quantum computing lab," Dr. Blaine said, opening a massive door. Inside, Sin's sensors detected coal smoke. Actual coal smoke, somehow integrated into the quantum field matrices. "The particle interference from the smoke actually stabilizes the quantum states," a young engineer explained. "We get coherence times that pure quantum systems can't match." But that's Sin's translation matrix stuttered. "Impossible," Dr. Blaine smiled. "Wait until you see the shipyard." The Boston space yards were even more shocking. There, dominating the harbor, stood the legendary HMS Thunderchild in for refit. Coal smoke trailed from her stacks even at rest. Chief Engineer Dr. Blaine called out to a coal dust-covered human. "Got time to show our Regellian friend your engine room?" "Always time to show off, my girl," the man grinned, extending a hand. "Benny Sears. You might have heard about us from the Battle of New Jericho." Bing's crystal matrix pulsed with recognition. Everyone knew that story. The day primitive coal power had saved an alien world. The engine room tour defied explanation. Coal-fired steam drove antimatter containment. Smoke patterns controlled quantum fields. Simple mechanical gauges monitored processes that should have required supercomputers. But the efficiency ratings Xin protested are better than pure quantum drives, a Centaurian engineer interrupted, her frills dancing. "I had the same doubts once. Then I saw it work." Later at the War Games demonstration, Xin watched coal-powered ships run circles around vessels using advanced drives. Their smoke trails confused targeting systems. Their hybrid engines maintained power through dampening fields. Starting to understand, Dr. Blaine asked as they watched, why we never gave up the old ways. Sin's crystalline form hummed with uncertainty. Everything they knew said this shouldn't work. But it did. The humans were still using coal. And they were winning because of it. The quantum anomaly struck without warning. Across Earth, advanced power systems began failing. Antimatter containment fluctuated. Fusion reactors shut down. Quantum tap generators went dark. Except, nothing actually stopped. Shin watched in amazement from MIT's observation deck as coal-powered backup systems engaged seamlessly across the planet. Smokestacks continued their steady output. Trains kept running. Ships kept flying. This is why Dr. Blaine said softly, watching Zin's crystalline form pulse with realization. This is why we never abandoned coal. Because sometimes the simplest solution is the most reliable. Through the window, they could see the Thunder Child lifting off for emergency patrol, her coal smoke marking a defiant trail across the darkened sky. Other ships followed, their primitive engines unaffected by the quantum disruption. Your civilization doesn't even slow down, Shin whispered, their translation matrix finally finding the words. Everyone else would be crippled by this anomaly, but you just keep going. Coal-powered, as God intended, Dr. Blaine quoted the old saying with a smile. We learned long ago not to put all our eggs in one basket. Advanced technology is wonderful, but it can fail. Sin finished, their crystalline structure reorganizing as understanding finally dawned. And when it does, we keep burning coal, a cold dust-covered engineer called out as he rushed past, carrying supplies. Been working since the Stone Age. No reason to stop now. Shin spent the next hour drafting an urgent message to the Regellian Science Academy. Their research proposal was simple investigation into human coal power integration techniques. As they worked, they watched Earth's coal-powered civilization continue functioning smoothly despite the quantum anomaly. Smoke still rose from the stacks. Ships still flew. Life went on. The humans were still using coal. And finally, Sin understood why. Sometimes, the old ways weren't just tradition. Sometimes they were wisdom. Thank you so much for listening to this story. I hope you loved it. Please remember to subscribe if you did like it so you can see more videos like this. And please give us a like and a comment too. I'll see you in the next one.